And welcome. No, we're not. There we go. Hallelujah. I can't ever tell when you're live on this thing. And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of DragonCon, the podcast that can have just one host, but must have John here to be able to play games. So there will be no games tonight. I am Leigh, thrilled to see everybody here. We have, as you know, it's been kind of crazy for John and I, but we're very happy. And I don't know why my camera is moving so much. So sorry, folks. But John cannot be here. We are very, very happy that his daughter has graduated. Way to go. Yay, from college. Yay. And we are very excited about what's going on with DragonCon right now. For the biggest thing, if you will look at your featured guest, you'll see a whole lot of people from Lock and Key, from Doom Patrol, and from Warehouse 13 and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Supernatural. There's like a gajillion. So again, and of course, all the comics people and all the writers and the artists and the inkers and all of those. So really, really, really go www.dragoncon.org/people. And if you do that, you can find out, you can look at featured performers, you can look at the guests, you can look at the professionals, and you can also look at all the people that are coming that are bands and others like that, and DJs, because some of y'all may have your favorite DJs. But today, as I said, John's not here. He'll be back soon, real quick. Trust me, we'll play games soon. But today, I am really excited about having two people that I really like here. And that is Karen and James, who are with DragonCon Military SciFi Media. And hi! Yay! I got him up here. I got him up here right. And well, I was very worried because I forgot that John has to send me that little countdown thing, and I forgot about it. Oops. Sorry, folks, you didn't get the countdown, but we're here. So, hi, you two. It has been a year since I've seen you.
Somehow, yes, it has.
I don't know how. Yeah, how did that happen? It's been is DragonCon soon? I mean, it's not soon, right?
Allegedly.
How many days? It's allegedly, really? Because, I mean, I'm thinking cosplayers can get what, 10, 12 more costumes in? What do you think? I mean, for you guys, they just got to go and try to find some really cool kind of camos and other things like that, right?
I mean, I think you could do like about 10 to 12 different versions of Eddie Munson. I think that might be possible. Just change out the t-shirt.
Yeah, you could do that. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. And I talked about other guests, but you've got a lot of Stargate Atlantis guests coming back this year too. Yes, and maybe this time I will finally be able to see a panel with Joe Flanagan. I'm so happy. I hope. Yep, fingers crossed. And I can actually cross my toes, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so Karen is the one who's talking. James is the one who's always much quieter. But that's okay, because we still like James being here. And hopefully we'll see some kitties when they jump up on laps and things of that nature.
Inevitably, there are kitties.
Inevitably, there are always kitties. So tell us, for those people who haven't been here before, what is military science fiction media?
Okay, so the quick version of military sci-fi media is that we have all different kinds of military-based, space-based sci-fi. And the list is getting longer every year. We started out with Stargate. And then when the Stargate track had to kind of progress to its next natural evolution, we ended up with military sci-fi media, which had 4 shows. And that was Babylon 5, Battlestar Galactica, Farscape, and Stargate.
In all its iterations. Stargate in all its iterations. Right.
All of the different versions and
all
flavors.
17 seasons.
Basically.
3 different? 4 different. Wait. 3.
Well, you have the movie, which is technically
also okay. So that
you have SG-1, then you have Atlantis, then you have SGU, and one can argue the TV sort of film versions.
And Origins. Origins. All right. See, you already hit 5.
Some people forgot Origins, but things happen.
Oops. It was a long time ago. Oops. Okay, so but all right, so that's where it started, and then you had
And
4
now we've
shows.
added a whole bunch of other things. We've
Oh, really?
got, oh, let me think. We have Buck Rogers. We have Space 1999. We have Firefly. We have actually one of our shows that's having another anniversary, 25th anniversary, Starship Troopers. Oh, and also
Oh, that
Firefly is
yeah.
having its own 20th anniversary. So we got a whole bunch going on. And SG1 is having its 25th anniversary. So yeah,
That
tons of stuff
long?
there. We have some newer things too,
Whew.
like Space Force and the Orville, which just wrapped up its 3rd season. So no spoilers for those who haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah, we got rid of our
so
Hulu.
good.
We're gonna have to redo Hulu so we can watch the Orville
It's
because
coming to Disney Plus.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
And it is worth it.
Ooh.
I can unequivocally say that. I know there was some unevenness in season 1. Season 2 kind of was getting progressively better. 3 is worth it, in my
Well,
humble
and
opinion.
I loved the Orville, and yeah, we already have Disney Plus. We just don't have Hulu, so I can wait until it comes on Disney Plus. That will be very good. And I'm sorry, I will love any show that uses Dolly Parton's "9 to 5" as a fight scene, as a fight
Absolutely.
song. Absolutely, that was the most amazing thing ever. So you have a lot of shows now.
Oh,
Wait,
and we've added one more this
oh,
year.
okay.
And that is the TV, not the video game, but the TV version of Halo.
I watched Halo and I liked it. I wasn't sure I would because I don't do video games, but wow, that was a good story.
It's definitely more on the dramatic side than the comedic side, but
Hmm.
that's saying it
That
lightly.
is true. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we will be talking about it, among other things, during our during the multiple days of our trek this year.
However many days there are. Okay, so that's great. And then now, wait a minute. You said you're going to have Buck Rogers and
Oh, yeah.
Space 1999? I
We've got.
thought those were with American Sci-Fi Classics.
Oh no, they've actually been ours for some time now.
Oh, okay. So
If
y'all
it's
beat Joe up. I
spacey and of
gotcha.
a certain type of spacey militariness, we often end up
Ah,
getting it. So,
I'm good with that. Y'all rock paper. You Rochambeau Joe out of it. I am good with that. I think that's a great way.
now, to be accurate though, this year we are going to be doing a Space 1999 anniversary panel because it's 45 years since it went off the air. And we are actually
No.
doing that in conjunction with Brit Track and with Classic Sci-Fi.
Space has been off 45 years?
Yeah. It went off
Wow.
before I was born.
Okay, Karen, thanks. Let's just go straight
But
over that.
not him though. So there you go.
Okay, thank you, James. James, come on, man. I was 7. I remember watching it because that's when I was getting into Star Trek and Star Wars and so many other things that were going on in the original Battlestar Galactica. So excellent, excellent. So yeah, so where are you located?
Okay,
At
our
least as far
actual
as you know right now. We will go with that.
DragonCon is pretty much an animal that mutates and transmits itself all over the place with no guarantees until Tuesday after the show.
Pretty much.
But we are actually located in the Westin in Chastain, DE. So if you're coming up from Peachtree, then you just walk up the front steps, and we are going to be the first track room on your right. We actually have windows that look out into the street, and we can actually see the parade turn the corner on Saturday.
And wait, you like can see the day ball? You can actually like see the day ball outside.
Allegedly. There are a lot of buildings also, remember, but
That's true.
that we're
Yeah.
down here, the day ball is up there.
There you go. The day ball is up there.
We
So
have
oh,
blocking.
very cool. Very cool. And so all right, so that's where the building is, the Wild Wild Westin. Right.
That's
One
DE.
like less than 10 steps up from Peachtree Street.
It really
Go
is
in a
not
door
much.
and it's right there. Yeah.
And then
Even John could find this.
come
Even
in,
John.
sit down, take a load off. John can find it. It's a great. We got tables in the back for people to just kind of decompress for a second. And
Mhm.
we've got chairs and things and posters and animals, and okay, not actual, but we have
Oh,
dinosaurs.
Lots of dinosaurs.
where do you wait? Dinosaurs? Why do you have
It's a
dinosaurs?
firefly thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, those little things that they did with the fireflies and the dinosaurs, the little kind of meme things.
The
Oh
beautiful part
no!
of
Oh, and
DragonCon,
also,
you can
yeah,
take what you want and kind of run with it.
yeah, that's true. I am like a leaf in the wind. I got it. I
Okay, still
remember.
too soon though. Still too
Yeah, I
soon,
know.
Leigh.
It is still too soon. Although, have you watched it? I'm sorry. It's Alan T. We don't. I can't because I will just screw it up. He is also. Have you watched that show Illegal Alien with him? It's on
Resident
TNT.
Alien.
Yes,
Yeah,
Resident Alien. Why did I
I
say Illegal
have
Alien?
not seen all of it.
Hmm.
We started and then a whole bunch of things happened. And it's one of those things I need to get back to.
It's funny, folks. It is very, very funny, and it's just if you liked him in Firefly, you're gonna like him even more here. So, and it's very odd. It's a very odd show. So, okay, so you're there, and then James, what is your biggest fun part of all of this with DragonCon?
I enjoy doing a lot of our events, like our
Hmm.
interactive event where we screen one of the episodes from one of our shows and do kind of a Mystery Science Theater 3000 Rocky Horror twist on it.
Mm.
Um, so we have audience participation, and sometimes we'll give out little gift bags of
Aw.
things that are related to the episode to increase the fun of the audience.
Okay.
Sometimes they're thrown or made noise with or applied, eaten.
And
It depends.
y'all, you can eat them.
Sometimes there
Sometimes.
was a cereal related episode at one point.
Yeah, window of opportunity.
There were
Oh,
Fruit
okay.
Loops. Fruit Loops
Yeah.
were involved.
Yes, they were. Fruit Loops were involved. So, okay, so now you're talking about events, James. So you already talked about one, which is you're screening an episode, MST 3King it, how that became a verb, but we all know it now. What
Right.
other are some of the other events that you guys have planned? The not the panels, although we'll talk about those, but those more special events kind of things.
Oh, we have tons of things.
Oh, what you got?
All right, so our biggest kickoff event is going to be the Onesie Mixer. And that's something that we've been doing every Thursday night, starting at 7, running till about 9:30 or 10 or ish, depending on how things are going. But it's kind of like a chance for you to just up in your favorite onesie in the AC. So that's nice. You come in, hang out, talk about your shows with people, talk about other things with people. We have games and stuff to kind of get interactive with. We have a
Mm-hmm.
giant cardboard Jenga game. We have giant checkers. We have all sorts of different stuff just to kind of get everybody hanging out, because a lot of the folks that we end up working with, on day one, so to speak, they're repeat customers. We have a lot of folks that kind
Mm-hmm.
of hang out in our track room for the whole weekend. It's their home track. So they
Oh,
all
that's
want to
awesome.
get to know each other. And then if you don't know what we do at all and you have nothing to do on Thursday, then that's a good time to come in, hang out, and see what we've got going on.
Well, and it's not just if you have nothing to do. You can go to different things on Thursdays and you can start and you could start there and wander through the hotels
Do
or
a whole
however you
circuit.
want to get there. Right. You could
And
do the
we're
circuit.
earlier in the evening, so if there's some
Hmm.
late night you want to do, you can hang out with us and kind of do a little relaxing chill first, then go on to the bigger and wilder things. But our vibe is kind of casual, and onesies are not required. They're just, kind of a fun perk.
Hmm. There you go. Hey, how often can you walk around downtown in a onesie? Come on.
You'd be surprised, but we're going to go with Thursday night of DragonCon.
There we go. Yeah, you would be surprised. All right. All right. So there's one. Now, what other big kind of fun stuff like this?
Now, one of our biggest events is going to be our actual dance. That's the Can't Stop the
Ooh.
Signal dance. It's a Firefly
Mhm.
event, and it is on Friday night in the Westin in the Peachtree Ballroom. It runs from 10 to 2, and that's 2 a.m. and 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And we also have a whole bunch of things that we do during that time. Not only are we dancing, getting our groove on as far as Firefly fans go, and we have people who take
Mhm.
pictures together and things like that, different groups of Janes and other things.
There you go.
But we also have charity items that we sell during that time to raise money for the charity, which this year is Open Hand Atlanta. And I just ordered some new stuff because what we do is we'll buy stuff for the charity and then we'll sell it, see how it goes. And 100% of that stuff goes to the charity. We don't keep anything for reimbursement because that's kind of our donation to the charity with the startup stuff. So
Very cool. Very cool.
those things are going to be out there. So you'll be able to get some merch. We got a whole bunch of different things. We have cups, masks, color change cups, actually. Lots of stuff.
Ooh, color change
I know,
cup.
right?
Those are the
You can
most
buy
fun.
yourself your color change cup with our little stuff on it, and then go off and get you a drink, and then the magic happens.
And then the magic happens, and it's magic. It is actually kind of magic. I have
But
no idea how things like that work, but
it's fun.
I understand there's some science with it, but whatever. Science. So that is very cool. And then, all right, now what day is that going to be?
That's Friday.
That is Friday.
And then Saturday, we have our games and crafts night where we also raise money for charity stuff, as well as the team trivia after that. So groups compete together in teams. There's initial charity buy-in, about, I think it's 20 that we usually do for the teams to buy in. And that also goes straight to the charity. And then to the victor go the spoils and prizes of random description. Some of them will be interesting.
Some of them might be toy dinosaurs.
It's possible, but usually we do a little better than that.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Also,
I like toy dinosaurs.
There are actually toy dinosaurs at the dance, FYI, just so you know. On
There
Friday.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. I like it.
Saturday is our get together and hang out, do games, crafts, and trivia. And then Sunday is our biggest event, really, in a lot of ways, because that is our charity auction, the Don S. Davis Memorial Charity Auction, which has been going on in some versions since like 2007, 2008 now?
Yeah.
And so that's going to be a big deal event where we have a lot of different items that are donated from all different shows. It's not just Stargate. We have Firefly items. We have actually several Orville items this year as well. We have BSG, B5, a little bit of everything, honestly, as well as plenty of Stargate things too. We got some signed scripts, among other things. And signed pictures, of course, but we also have some models of things, and there's you never know what you're going to see at the auction. You never know who you're going to see at the auction either. People sometimes just drop by.
They do. You never know. You never know. People might just
We've
stop
had
in.
all kinds of people just show up and make appearances. David Blue just walked through one day from Stargate Universe and said hi for a while.
There you go. That's awesome. I do remember that was the first time I ever heard about this was years and years and years ago, probably one of the early ones, and that there supposedly became a bidding war over Michael Shanks's pants from SG1. And what it came down to finally, my understanding is that were they washed or not washed? And I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm out. I'm good. I understand you want to buy. I got it. Because he had signed them.
Well, you have to remember, one of the earlier parts of the auction was actually auctioning off kisses from Paul McGillian. So
that is true. Yes, it was. Paul is a sweetheart as well, too. Yes.
And actually, it is really cool, though, that they are going to be here. Michael Shanks is going to be coming this time. We have other Stargate folks, like Lexa's going to be here too. Lexa Doug, who also is technically an Andromeda person too.
Yes, she is.
Joe Flanagan is going to be here. Marina Baccarin's kind of our double word score because she's going to be here for her other things, but also for Firefly and also technically for Stargate as well. And Christopher Heyerdahl, Todd the Wraith, excellent quality
guy.
guest.
Yep. And
Rachel
didn't he also play? Wait, didn't he also play the really tall with Taylor, the really tall guy?
Yeah, he was a Deathosian as well.
Yes, there we go.
He's
Thank
done
you.
so many different things.
He does. Yes.
Almost as many things as Mark Shepard, who's also going to be here again this year. And so we can't quite grab him for our BSG and Firefly stuff necessarily. He's main programming property, but I'm sure that he'll be talking about those things as well. And of course, we mentioned Buck Rogers before. Gil Gerard's also going to be here for us. And we have our our own little buy-in there. But
Mhm.
I know Walter Koenig's going to be here for Trek,
Right.
but they also have tons of people, so they're going to give them to us for a minute for B5.
Oh, you're gonna have him for B5 because he played a
Yes.
bad guy in B5.
Oh
Didn't he?
yeah. Well, I don't know if I would call him bad as much as maybe misunderstood. I mean, he
Misunderstood.
had a situation that he had to manage, and he did his best to make sure people were in the right places with the right
Mhm.
moments and the right persuasion.
Gotcha. I'm right there with you on that. I just always love it when anybody talks about, oh, Mark Shepard's gonna be here, and I'm like, name, it's kind of like name a fandom. He's probably been there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
His IMDb page basically is like sci-fi, the whole of
yes,
sci-fi.
it's
Has
just
it been on
him.
TV and in the films? Yes, he's in there
Yes.
somewhere.
And he is, I love him in Doom Patrol. I mean, the first time I ever really remember seeing him was him being a fire starter in XFiles, like the first season. And he wasn't a nice guy, but he's always he's like the little black dress of sci-fi. And that is always just so wonderful because he can talk about lots. So that's very cool. Okay, so there you go. Now, the Don S. Davis, some people might not know, we hope we've got some new people here. All of our charities now go to the official DragonCon charity, which is what, Karen?
Open Hand Atlanta. They
Atlanta, Project
provide
Open Hand.
food and other elements for people who aren't really able to do that for themselves.
Mhm.
So they make trips and things, as well as other services where they package things for them. So yeah, it's just really great charity that we've
Mhm.
worked with before as a con. They've worked with the Dragon Con superheroes for a while now.
Mhm. Yeah. And what's the great thing about this is the Don S. Davis, for a very long time, was something that raised a whole lot of charity money. And then it was like, well, we can all raise charity money. And then we keep raising charity money. And that's been wonderful. And I know that is a really big part of charity from you guys. And it's so wonderful that all of your people help and give you things and then buy things, which is always great.
Yeah, a lot of people have really worked to keep that an active, viable part of it over the years.
Hmm.
With Jen Breland being one of the big folks on that,
Hmm.
getting it really built up and going. And then we've also been really pleased to see then how other people stepped up what they were doing as well
Hmm.
and really started contributing too. And like some years it's neck and neck. Some years we even get outdone a little bit. So we have to try a little harder.
Yeah, you got to keep
The
going.
art
Yeah.
show is contributing, YA Lit. I know lots of other groups too. So everybody is doing their part to raise money individually at the actual
Hmm.
events and
Oh,
that they're
there's a
doing.
kitty. Look, there's a kitty. Hi,
Yeah,
kitty.
somebody decided they needed to rub up against the camera stand.
Of course. Of
We treat
course.
people with some love.
The cat doesn't like me. I'm just waiting until all of the sudden it's not my cat. The cat chose my husband years and years and years ago, but I'm
This
always
happens.
waiting when I'm doing one of these just for like the cat to come up and be like, "Oh, well, right now because you're not paying any attention to me, I can't wait to love on you." But yes, I like your kitties cuz I remember 3 last year.
Yeah, we currently have two. Unfortunately,
Aw.
we ended up losing one not long ago, and one before that, not
Oh,
too
so
long before
sorry.
that. But Linus and Lucy are our babies, and they are actually a brother and sister pair. And
That's such a
sometimes they
cute
love each other, sometimes they squabble. So it seems about right.
About right as siblings. About right as siblings. Okay, so those are great. And then is there anything fun going on Monday? Because
Monday
that is
is
the last
kind
day
of
of con, but yeah.
it's kind of our low key day as far as that goes. Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
But it's our day. We have some of the biggest discussion panels. So
Okay.
we like to have a lot of our ethics panels on Monday. So people will, after they've all kind of gotten tired out going and doing things, they can just sit there and just argue endlessly over the best, most interesting theoretical questions that we can come up with. And then our last panel of the entire thing is usually when they are encouraged to give feedback. We
Mhm.
have a closing panel and we take discussions from folks in the audience to let us know what worked well, things they'd like to see next year, and all that sort of stuff because we really value the input from fans
Yes.
and we really want to know what it is they want to see, because it's not just about what we like, although we do like what we like.
Yes.
We really want to know what other people want from this, and so we always try to take that in at that time so we can start planning for next year, because it's an
There you go.
ongoing
Because
process.
that happens really quick right afterwards. Yeah, right there.
It really does.
It does. It's y'all think that's not true. It's true. So, but that's also just to give a little tip here, guys, or y'all people listening. There's going to be something on the app where you can rate a panel and you can give comments about the panel. And hey, we read the directors read those. Everybody reads them. They like reading them, and they like constructive criticism, and they like ideas, and they like telling them what went right and what went wrong, and so things like that. And especially know this for track rooms and things of that nature. If something is going wrong technically or something like that, or this room is just too hot, too cold, too whatever, let's not take a star off for that, because poor Karen and James couldn't do a whole lot. That all of a sudden all the microphones went boom. So
Especially if it's in a main room. If
yeah,
it's in a main ballroom, we no, that's not us, man. But
we
if
will
it's
do our
ever
best.
anything,
But
if
yeah.
it's in our track room and you notice the track room seems preternaturally cold or something, let us know. We'll see if we can work it out. Let us know at the time so we can try to fix it right then.
There
We
you
can't
go.
adjust the height of the ceiling.
Oh,
No.
let me explain. We read
Okay.
the feedback religiously. We don't always do everything it says because we kind of discuss it amongst ourselves, but we definitely have gotten ideas, and we've removed things before that we felt like weren't really fitting with what people wanted to see based on it. One of our favorite pieces of feedback from the recent feedback session was just a few words, very few words. Too crowded, ceiling too low. That was the whole feedback.
See, let me let people know, directors like it when it's too crowded. That means y'all like what's going on.
Maybe
And that
not as
makes
much during the
directors
pandemic, but
happy. Maybe not so much
want to
during the
see it here.
pandemic. That is true. But also the ceiling's too low for whom? I mean, James is tall. For me, I'm betting they're not going to be low. I'm a short person. They're not going to be low for me. They're going to be probably
Yeah, the
really
French
high.
style's not too low either.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Keep it up, Karen. Keep it up. There you go.
That was one of our more noteworthy pieces of interesting
That's a good one.
feedback from the
That's a
past
good one.
year.
Yep, that's good. Well, and as you were talking about, so what are some of the panels that you maybe they've been hits in the past, or these were some that you're kind of tweaking maybe a little bit because of member feedback?
Well, one of the things that we always try to consider is things like if somebody says, for instance, we're not really 100% loving the direction of the decor or the dance music or something, we try to work on that too. That's one thing we do. We also sometimes have had panels that we thought were going to go really well, which turned into something else, either maybe because there was a panelist who kind of took it in a different direction, or maybe it was just something that was a sensitive topic that got out of hand somehow, perhaps, and people weren't really giving it proper consideration. There's difficult topics to talk about, and also some of them are not really ones that you put in the mature time frames, which are at 10,
Right.
but they're ones that end up kind of going sideways. Like sometimes we have discussions on what do we talk about with, say, mythology and religion. That those are really big parts actually of the sci-fi franchises that we're with. It's very much informative of what's going on with BSG, very much also with Stargate, for instance. So to be able to talk about those things, sometimes you have to be careful to keep it from going too far down a discussion of current modern religion practices and things like that. So sometimes we've revamped things to kind of move them away from topics that aren't really actually honestly relevant to what we're trying to discuss, which is the show related things. So those are things we sometimes had to flip around. But we also get ideas from people and we add those in as well. Sometimes we bring back things we haven't done for a while. Like, for instance, we have the Felt Nerdy folks who are puppeteers who are going to be bringing us a show. And that's going to be really exciting because it's kind of a fusion of
Okay.
Stargate and Doctor Who called Companion Carter. And that's kind of fun. And then
Okay.
afterwards, they're going to take some time to also talk about puppetry a little bit and give some information to people. So take questions. So little Q&A, little show, some tell. It's good times.
There you go. That's a good. Those are always good things. Those are always good things. I like show and tell. So now we'd already talked about that you're in the Westin, less than 10 steps up right from Peachtree Street. Right there, get in. It's right there at that first part. But where is your Facebook page or your own web page or things of that nature?
It's on Facebook.
It is? Okay. How does that go? Hey, how does that go? Come on, lady. You know
All right. The
while.
actual answer is that you can find us at Military SciFi at symbol DragonCon, which is 2 words, and that's on Facebook. If you search for that, you should be able to find our group. It's a privated group because we like to make sure that we don't have random people spamming the members with whatever stuff is going on, and we keep the content focused on track related stuff, actor related stuff, things that are writer related stuff, things that are actually, focusing in on our area and our shows. And we also have a Twitter.
That's at MSFM Track.
Okay.
So at MSFM Track.
Excellent.
And you can find us there. We tweet things out sometimes. Probably the Facebook at the moment is the most active of our areas. We have a YouTube channel that's kind of attached that you should be able to access. I think it's on the Twitter links. I think it's in the information. It will be if it's not. And it's on the access point for the Facebook stuff. We also have a Facebook page as well as our group, which is Military SciFi Media DragonCon. That's AT DragonCon.
Okay.
So, just so that you can find us in a couple different areas. If you want to email us, you can reach us at militaryscifi@dragoncon.org and contact us that way. And there's also ways to contact us through the dragoncon.org website.
That is very, very cool. So now, what are some of the things that you're really hoping that might be new this year that you're really hoping a lot of people will come into? I'm going to do my best to be there for puppets because I do love me some puppets, but
puppets are fun.
Puppets are fun.
Well, we do have some things like panels celebrating anniversaries, like the 25 years of Stargate. Of course, there's always the media panels, which are their own thing. But we have other things like Villains of Firefly. We're going to be looking at some of those classics. Just all the different people that they've had to go up against. And maybe some of them weren't villains in the technical sense, because technically you're talking about a whole bunch of, scavengers, lawbreakers, smugglers.
Pirates. Yeah.
Whatever. Space pirates, just a little bit. But, we are going to have the Halo panels. That's going to be kind of a new thing because that's a whole new show for us. We also have trivia. That's a separate trivia from what we're doing with the team trivia. There's BSG trivia as well.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. What kind? SG?
BSG.
BSG. Oh, okay. Very, very fun.
Tipsy Toaster from Interfleet Broadcasting. And Freya from the Battlestar Galactica fan club, she's the vice president. They're going to come in and present that. And it's interactive, so everybody can participate with their phones and do stuff with that, and that's kind of fun.
That is very cool.
Prizes usually to give out. We've got things too.
Yay, prizes!
So many.
I like prizes. Prizes are fun. Prizes are fun. So that is good. Okay, so now I got it. I mean, you have no track panels completely set in stone.
The order of them is really more in question than the content.
Right. The content, right.
But we still have conflicts we are working out at this time, so unfortunately I can't give you major times except for our big events, because those are the ones that have to get more set in stone.
Yes, that's exactly right. And you do whatever Regina tells you. If you have to move, You move. Yes, we understand that. And it's again, it's not it's a DragonCon. So until, your butt's in the seat and the panel's already over,
You
it's
cannot be sure.
always tentative. It's always tentative.
I mean, we're just doing so many fun things. Like the interactive is going to be great because it's going to be our Mrs. Reynolds from Firefly. So they're going to get Saffron in on the action and just so much fun stuff. Oh, and one of our perennial sort of things, we have a couple interesting things that we do. We want to make sure that we're honoring diversity and representation in shows. So we're going to have a panel relating to diversity and representation in military sci-fi, which we can talk a lot about some of the stuff that's going on in Halo as well as other things right now. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. But also, one of my favorite things that we do at Con is, in fact, a mature panel. So please be advised, you need to be 18 or over. And
it's not going to be until 10 p.m. It's not going to be until 10 p.m. So, yes.
It will be at 10 p.m. on Sunday. That's one of the ones that we have more fixed. And that is our Mad Libs panel. So. And right before that one, we actually have a Would You Rather panel. So we're kind of going to be doing a little bit of fun stuff with that. But the Mad Libs panels where it kind of goes a little bit off the rails, but in a fun way. Because we'll have a script. And just like Mad Libs, you won't know what is actually the script or anything else. You can't see what's in it. You'll be asked to provide a noun, a verb, an adjective, a group of things that float on water. Who knows? Could be anything.
Group of things that float on water. Okay.
Could be ships, could be seals, could be your mom. I don't know.
Buoys. Yeah, right. Buoys, your mom. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
But then those things get filled in, and then I hastily print out little scripts. And people that we've pre-selected, but also audience members, we like to get them involved too, participate in reading out these scripts with the new version. It's the new pages, if you will. And
oh my.
Yeah, it often goes. There's a reason it's at 10 p.m.
And I'm gonna assume Would You Rather is more about like which ship would you rather be the pilot of, or the other versions that go with that game? It kind of goes. It depends.
Some of the questions we posed in our write up for it is: would you rather become a wraith or a reaver?
Ooh,
exactly. That's not an option.
That's not. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like that question.
If you could only save one,
either way.
Would you rather save Jack O'Neill or Daniel Jackson?
Jack.
I don't know. It depends on what's going on at the time. I think
that may be true as well. That could be true as well. But I like older gentlemen. So that was Jack. It was real fast. Now, if you ever did Jack versus Shepard, that one would hurt. That one would take me a little bit of some serious soul searching because he has ears that look like elves. Shepard does.
Those are only some of the kind of questions, though, that you're going to experience during that time. And it's at 8:30, so we're about to gear up into the Mad Libs panel. And then at 10, Mad Libs panel hits.
Then at 10, that Mad Libs panel.
And the beat drops.
Okay. You were talking about your Can't Stop the Signal. Do you have a DJ for that? And is it somebody DragonConners might know? Or do you not know yet?
We are currently in talks with 2 DJs, so we're working on trying to make sure we have the right fit for that, because we want it to be a really enjoyable, engaging experience for everybody. And we have a whole variety of people with those shows. I mean, we've got kind of a newer generation to some extent of fans with things like Halo, and then we have kind of a different generation where we're looking at things like Buck Rogers and old school BSG. And then we've got everyone else, a whole group of folks in between. So we try to make sure that you can't please everybody, but we have something consistently good for everyone.
You're trying to do your bestest. There you go. That's always fun. And y'all can then do the Twiggy dance, because there was a dance called, I think, the Twiggy that was in Buck Rogers, as I seem to recall.
Yeah,
or
very,
maybe just the
very.
way the robot did
Just
whatever he did.
how he moves is his own iconic thing.
It's yes, Twiggy. I do. And
R.I.P.
then
Felix Silla.
what was that?
Yeah, the actor Felix Silla who played that role actually
Oh,
passed
Felix.
recently. So,
Oh,
or not recently now. It's actually been longer than I think. But the pandemic has kind of thrown off my perception of when things have happened.
yeah. This isn't 2022. It's like 19, right? We good with that? Can
It
we go
feels
20?
that way.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time. Everything's crazy. So, okay, very cool. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, James, what else? What do you want to pimp out and make sure that people know this is going to be the bestest of all your stuff?
Well, we've already mentioned the Halo panels,
Mhm.
but we're bringing back a comparison panel: Babylon 5 or DS9.
Okay.
Peace experiments in space.
I like that. Peace experiments in space. That's a good way to put both of those shows. I just done a rewatch of DS9 and it's still, other than maybe now for some of the newer stuff, it's some of the best writing, the best storylines in
Yeah.
my opinion, Star Trek. I mean, just it's so good. I love it. So that's always good. Tell the cat he cannot answer the phone. It's about to be time for dinner, and that is not what we're gonna do. Okay. So what else? All right, we are getting to the end of this. I'm gonna ask you two a would you rather. You can only save one. BSG, Babylon 5. Karen, and I know some people are listening, but Karen, that face looked very painful for you.
James, you're gonna have to start.
I missed part of the question because I was muting out the telephone ringing in the background.
No, I was saying, okay, you can only keep one. BSG, or Babylon 5.
I would keep Babylon 5.
You would keep Babylon 5. And is there a reason for that, or just that was the first one I loved?
I enjoyed the writing
Mm-hmm.
and the overall story arc. A lot of the foreshadowing in the beginning that you end up
Mm-hmm.
catching in like season 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked a lot of that element for the show.
Very cool. Okay, Karen, come on.
I'm gonna need a minute still on that one.
You're gonna need a minute.
Okay, which BSG are we talking about? Because if we're talking original BSG,
Oh, nobody would choose original. I'm of course talking most
don't
recent.
get that twisted. That we have quite a few
really?
people who are
Oops.
very fervent original BSG fans.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. That was my opinion only, and John, of course, is somewhere going, "You're not supposed to give your own opinion."
We have a regular cosplayer that is a Lord of Cobol from the original series with the medallion and everything.
Very, very serious about it. And please note, original BSG fans, I am not downing original BSG in my earlier response.
No, that was not at all. You weren't. You were just
reimagined BSG better.
I didn't. I was the one not paying respect to my elder shows. I understand that very well. So okay, Karen.
Dang it. I might still have to go Babylon 5. It's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so how to put this? It felt more realistic in some ways that are different because I'm not out there fighting every day. You know, I'm not having to scrabble for my survival in the same way, which is a very privileged way of putting that.
Yeah.
But on B5, they were dealing with coworkers who were irritating. I totally understand that. That is absolutely something I can relate to. They were dealing with feeling like you got sold out by people all of a sudden that you should have been able to trust that were running your government. I don't know. Lots of different things. There's so many relatable things, but also so many amazing performances like Mira Furlan as Delenn, just so just so much there. This that's not to discount anything from all our BSG people, and it's just only because you made me pick one.
I did. I only made you pick one, and I would say I also, at least me for BS, I liked them both. So probably I'd go more BSG than Babylon 5. But the thing I always liked about Babylon 5 is I felt a little more hopeful. I mean, it was like, well, there's another depressing hour of BSG, no matter how much I liked it, and no matter how much you might have these uplifting moments. But I would be like, oh, this
change,
hurts.
that people could change, that even when someone has a major physical transformation becomes something totally different.
Yeah.
That's accepted and understood. Just all sorts of things like that. We were really getting into that concept. And yeah, there's a lot of that also on BSG, don't get me wrong, but it does take a lot. You were kind of white knuckling it through some of those later seasons of BSG where it was getting to the point where, who do I like is going to die now?
Who's going to die next? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, who's going to die next? I don't want.
Not to say that you can't have character death, because that's actually a really important part of a healthy show. Honestly, there has to be moments where there is something at stake, but just we were starting to get PTSD a little bit at the end of BSG, if not several points during.
Yes, at several points during. And BS2 was also when I had a family member going through cancer, and I'm like, okay, sometimes I just have to. It's kind of like Joey putting Little Women in the freezer. I was just like, I cannot do BSG this week. Nope. But yeah, yeah, some of those were tough. But both of them sometimes were tough. But yeah. So we liked them. Very, very cool. I will give you a free question as well if you wanted to put me on there, if you want to do this or that, because I already screwed it up. I mean, I did the Jack versus Daniel. That one, that was easy.
Yeah. Well, we could always do Jack versus Shepard.
It would probably be Shepard.
Well, that went fast. Okay, fine.
Yeah, well, he's got
pointy ears for the win.
He's got the pointy ears. They are. Look at them. They are. They have. He has little elf ears.
They do have a certain arched, pointed presentation.
They do. They do. There you go. See, I mean, elf ears. So that's an elf. So see, he also wins on 2. Not only isn't he an ancient, he's also an elf. So, and I like that.
XFiles. So there we go. Stargate.
Oh boy.
On
oh yeah. Are you talking? That is a tough one. Are you talking?
Now she's equivocating. We got her on the ropes.
Yeah, because I'm like, are we talking early X-Files? Or are we talking later X-Files?
Well, if we got rid of X-Files, there wouldn't be any early X-Files.
That's true. X-Files versus what? Stargate?
Stargate. Any Stargate, all Stargate. And that includes Shepard. That includes Jack. That includes Daniel. That includes all of them. Carter, everybody.
Yeah. See, I can believe there is a Stargate under Cheyenne Mountain. I don't have any problem with that. But the fact that there are all these different conspiracies and everybody was able to keep their mouth shut for years and years and years with the X-Files. See, I don't believe that. So I got to go with the X-Files because I got to figure out how in the world that conspiracy kept going.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of cling to that whole thing.
And that's what
bias. Yeah, I get it.
And that's what brought me into this kind of fandom. I mean, I was always a fan, but the kind of fandom of DragonCon and live journaling and stuff like that. That was that was X-Files that got me there. I wasn't that kind of a fan yet. And yeah, X-Files just every time I tried to go away, they pulled me back again. So there you go.
And I can believe conspiracy theories to a point. But then you have to remember Tom Holland exists in the world. Bless his heart, pure little man, but cannot keep his mouth shut about things. There are so many people out there who cannot wait to tell you things. And have you ever tried to get everybody in a group to do things? Just like everybody in an office project to contribute their parts. How is it possible to get all these people in this conspiracy when you can't even talk about it openly? You can't openly shame someone into doing what they're supposed to do, coworker, to finally actually make this thing happen. I find
I
it
know.
definitely more
Yep.
fictional than factional.
And we all kind of giggle about poor Tom Holland because, you know, I'm sorry, that's why you have to go with Benedict Cumberbatch, because Benedict be like, no, you can't talk about that. No, the adults are in the room right now, Spider-Man. No, you can't talk. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Indeed.
Indeed. Well, I want to thank you very much for being here. I know there's no game. If you want to come back later and play a game with John, that'll be great.
We're always down to play.
I'm great doing this part. I can't the game part. I just get really confused and all flummoxed.
Yeah, especially the part where I win.
Yeah, that one kind of sucks as well, Karen. Thanks for just
Okay, I
you
don't
put
win
a
all
little
the
more
time.
lime in that salt with my wound there. You know, Karen, come on.
Just lick it and call it a margarita. You'll be fine.
I don't do those anymore. But okay, but I can't wait to see you guys. It's less than a month. I seriously cannot believe that. Ah! Really? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Still
Yeah.
working on things, still planning things, still making it happen.
And still being ready to roll with the punches and ride with the tide. You're going to be great. All right. So for John, who is hiding, and myself, with Karen and James, we're going to say bye and peace and bye. And what do you guys whoosh? Do you want to do that whoosh whoosh? What noise would you guys do as your bye? And bye bye.